Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Myself Dr. Sumeet Patil, and I make videos upon English literature. Basically, up till now I have focused upon the chronological order of history since Anglo-Saxon period. And since Anglo-Saxon period I am making videos, and before Anglo-Saxon period I have made videos upon history of English literature, history of English language, then kings and queens of English literature, who were the kings and who were the queens of English literature. And thereafter I started making a series of videos whereupon I focused basically on the genres of English literature, wherein drama, poetry, fiction, non-fiction, and then slowly and steadily I started making videos upon the periods of English literature, as right now I have mentioned: Anglo-Saxon, Anglo-Norman, then Middle English period, age of Chaucer, age of revival, age of Renaissance, and then Elizabethan age, then Jacobean age, and then Caroline, and then after Caroline age, interregnum age, which lasted only for 11 years. That was the smallest period in the history of English literature, which started in the year 1649 and it ended in the year 1660. Then I made a video on Restoration age, which I posted yesterday only. You can go and watch all these videos on my YouTube channel. If you are new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And today I am going to talk about Restoration age, and in the Restoration age what has happened, which kind of literature was written, what was the political background and what was the literature background, which were the people who ruled Restoration age, and why in Restoration age comedies were written as compared to the previous age, when Caroline and when Jacobean age was or Elizabethan age was ruled by dramas, and especially dramas written by William Shakespeare, wherein histories, romantic comedy, romantic tragedies, and his contemporary writers, Christopher Marlowe, so many people, they focused upon histories. But what has happened, why people have started writing down this kind of comedies or comedy of manners, is also a kind of name which we can give to the Restoration age. And to begin with, Restoration age comedy of manners, the first and the foremost thing we need to learn is why this age is called as the Restoration age. Now, this age is called as the Restoration age because Charles II, King Charles II, he comes to the throne, and he comes to the throne means restoration of monarchy, means king and queens, or rather than speaking it king and queens, King Charles II, he comes to the throne on 4th of April 1660, and hence the restoration of monarchy is happening, or it has happened in that year. And then second important point that King Charles did, or he accomplished, is he has opened the theatres which were closed for 11 long years in the interregnum period or Puritan age, or it is also called as the Commonwealth age, because common people, they started to rule England for these 11 years, and they ruled there according to their own thinking, or according to their own way. But as soon as King Charles II came, he opened the theatres and he allowed people to get themselves entertained by watching dramas, operas, and so on and so forth. So first point I told you is the restoration of monarchy. Second point I told you is the opening of theatres. And third point, the most important point, is comedy of manners. Now, what is comedy of manners? That I will be highlighting in this video. So first thing I will tell you is what is comedy of manners and why it is from where it has arrived, or why people started to write down comedies only. The most important thing is, in these 40 years, people started to live life peacefully because King Charles came to the throne and he opened the theatres. And after opening the theatres, he also did several other things that I would be talking, or that I would be highlighting in the upcoming minutes. But comedy of manners, in this comedy of manners, people especially wrote about life, social life, aristocratic life, elite life, or the life which people lived, or which they experienced, or which they lived peacefully. That kind of life, that kind of humor, that kind of happiness that has been portrayed by several dramatists in this video, or in this comedy of manners. So coming to the next point, that is drama. In this Restoration age, women, the fourth point which I would like to highlight is, women started to work in dramas. And you all know that in the Elizabethan age, in the Jacobean age, or in the Caroline age, women were not allowed to perform, or women were not allowed to act in the dramas. But small children, they used to dress women, they used to dress like women, and they used to act. And then in this period, that is Restoration age, women started to act. And the first woman actress was Nell Gwyn, who was also the mistress of King Charles II. And coming to the next point, what Charles II did is, when he was exiled, or when he was living in France, he got so much influenced from the French literature that he brought the French literature, and he also included several things from French literature, and people also loved that kind of inclusiveness of French literature and the amalgamation of English and French literature. So what King Charles did, the second thing he did is, he told people, or he told his courtiers to start the company. Now which company he told, or which theaters he told? The first company is the King's Company, and the second company is Duke's Company. So the first company he started is, he allowed people to come into the theaters, and he ordered their managers to develop new things, as previously in the Elizabethan age or Jacobean age, when people were only using a single stage, and several restricted things were happening. But in this era, in the comedy of manners, or in the Restoration age, people started experimenting scientifically, and there were scientific we can say innovations, which was funded by King Charles II. And thereafter what he did is, he also encouraged people to not only write dramas, but he also influenced people to study science. And here in this age, in the Restoration age, the Royal Society was founded. So people also started to like, or people started their working, or people liked to study the science also. Then coming to the next point, that is Restoration poetry. Now this is the fourth point. And then what has happened in the Restoration poetry? In the Restoration poetry, people thought that we will make an epic, as French literature or as any other literature. People they had a national epic. No doubt English literature also has its national epic, that is Beowulf. And after that, what has happened is, people in this Restoration age, there was Sir William Davenant who started writing down epic, but he was unfortunate to finish his writing, and the title of that is Gondibert. Then unfortunately they didn't accomplish their task, that is completing the national epic. No doubt it is there, Beowulf is there. And then coming to the next point, that is the kind of thing that we can say transformed the literature, that is Aphra Behn. Aphra Behn is also called as the first professional women writer, and she is also called as the first professional novelist in this era, that is the Restoration age. She also worked as a spy, and her work, that is Urunuku, the history of a slave, is also very famous till date. And after that, the rover, her another work is also very famous. Then in this age, John Dryden, you all know, he was born in the year 1631 and he died in 1700, wherein he is also called as the first poet laureate of England. He was studied in Westminster and Trinity College. He came first in the during his BA. he accomplished his BA, and thereafter he worked with kings and Charles II and so on. Then coming to the next point, that is what has happened in the Restoration theatre. Now I would be highlighting about the 4 major people who ruled the Restoration drama, or Restoration, we can say, comedy of manners. They were William Congreve, William Wycherley, Sir John Vanbrugh, and after that there were John Locke, who basically focused upon political writings, but as you all know, this age was ruled by comedy of manners. So basically William Congreve's The Way of the World and William Wycherley's The Country Wife, these 2 plays, this has ruled the comedy of manners. And John Vanbrugh's somewhere around, he was also an architect, dramatist, and designer. He has designed the castle in Bavaria, which is also known as the Blenheim Palace, and some other palaces also he has designed. So to give you an overall view of comedy of manners, the basic thing that was written is humor, dirty life, and apart from that, people also were engaged in doing some or other kind of deceiving people, such as husband used to deceive wife, wife used to deceive husband. This has been clearly mentioned by William Congreve and William Wycherley. William Wycherley has penned down The Country Wife, and in that Country Wife and The Way of the World, there are everything like people are flirting with each other, and especially aristocratic life, elite life has been highlighted by these 2 great writers. And to conclude this video, I would like to highlight two main points. That is, first, on one hand, King Charles II, he has opened the theaters, and because of the theaters were opened, people started to enjoy the life. And on the other hand, playwrights, that is Restoration dramatists, they penned down exactly the things which were happening in the society, and King Charles also allowed dramatists to pen down the original things which were happening in the society. So that's it for today's video. This is comedy of manners, which comes under the Restoration age, which lasts from 1660 to 1700. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for upcoming videos and hit the bell icon so that you can get the notification of my latest videos. Thank you so much. Keep watching and keep sharing.